This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. Yeah, what time is it, man? It's like 6:30 p.m. or something like that. You know, it's getting dark already. It's only like 6:30 something. I think it is, something like that. Yeah, my phone is reversed, as you might notice there. Yeah, I've been doing that lately. Too many text messages coming in that I gotta blur it all out for you guys and everything. Too much effort. What are we riding today? Well, we are riding, let me angle down a little bit here. What does that look like to you? It's the Lectric X-Peak 2.0. 2.0, yeah, I've got the headlights on and the tail lights on. I figure I just ride the neighborhoods. I'm not gonna go too far. All right, well, I gave him the opportunity to go, but he wants me to go. See, this is what happens. It's always a standoff. You get to the stop sign and the cars want you to go. You want them to go. They're not gonna go until you go. So anyway, yeah, I decided it's a fairly cool night, but not really cool. It's like 74, 73, 74 degrees, something like that. You got the wind blowing up against you a little bit, so it's got a nice cool breeze. I figured, yeah, I want to head outside. We don't do a whole lot of evening rides, as you know. Let's pedal a little bit here. So I figured, hey, you know, let's do it. Now you might notice that this light is angled down. I'm angling it down. I don't angle it right at the right at the cars, you know, because that would be distracting to the drivers. Let's take a right here. So I tend to angle it down towards the ground. We still have sunlight. It's not like it's not bright out, but even in something like this, I think it's best to actually turn on your headlight and your tail light. I'm wearing my orange vest this time. I figured that was more visible in the evening. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but it just kind of seemed like it to me. So I have that on. I have my gloves on, of course, as I always do. I have my X-Nito helmet on. You know, I haven't talked about X-Nito in a long time. Let me tell you guys a little bit about X-Nito, okay? This helmet is designed for 28 miles per hour, which is, of course, class 3 riding speeds, and that's the reason why I wear it all the time. Not that I always do 28, but sometimes I do, as you know. And it was the helmet that kind of saved me. I was out in California, and I fell off of an e-trike, of all things, along a hill. Almost got impaled by some metal rods. Hit my head on the ground and everything. Luckily, it was kind of like dirt rather than like concrete. That would be even worse, right? And yeah, man, I had like some type of small concussion going on for probably at least 3 days, because I could feel it for those 3 days. The helmet got kind of dented up. It got scratched up and everything. I sent that over to X-Nito, and they sent me another helmet. This is the policy of X-Nito. If you get in an accident, you can prove that you've gotten some helmet damage out of that, they will send you another one. Yeah. You just got to take photo proof of it. Well, you know, the thing is, for mine, there was no doubt. I mean, I had it on video. You saw me falling, in fact. Yeah. Dogs are always trying to get me. So anyway, yeah, if you've never seen that one, I'll see if I can remember. I'll put a link to it. You can watch that. That was a fairly popular video. I'll tell you, anytime there's any controversy or you get hurt or something like that, people want to see it. Yeah. I understand. A trike of all things, well, you got to watch the video to understand how that happened, okay? We won't go into it. So anyways, I'm just riding around at this point, and I'm trying my best to kind of stay within the rules here. Yeah, we're not allowed on sidewalks, as you see the other guy is on there, but I don't think the regular bikes are allowed either at this point. They're trying to keep everybody off the thing. Let's go this way. So yeah, but you know, kids. I mean, what are you gonna do? They don't know the rules yet. Most of them don't know the rules. These are new laws that just got enacted here. So yeah, they don't know. But you know, for me, I'm always on the street anyway, so it doesn't bother me to be out on the street. Now let's talk a little bit about this. So some of the people have said they need to widen it and stripe it off, just like over here. Well, you know, actually, this is not actually a bike lane. This is, like I've mentioned before in the past, this is actually a parking lane. But you know, they could mark it for bikes. Why not? You know, but not every street in this area is wide enough to be done this way. This happens to be a pretty wide street. I mean, if you look at it, you've got both lanes over here, then you've got both sides for the parking. So some streets can do it. This is a major, well, I wouldn't say major, but this is a more thoroughfare type street, so they can do it. But what about the residential streets? You can't do that. There's just like no space. It's not wide enough to do it. I mean, a lot of times, if there's cars parked on either side, you're kind of squeezing your car to get through. So yeah, there's not enough space to do it. They'd have to really cut into all this stuff in the insides here. And they've got trees and everything there. They'd have to take all the trees down. It's never gonna happen. I can't see that ever happening. But again, it's residential. Residential typically is not as packed up with cars and things, you know. But you know, like a major street like this. Well, this is not a major street. I keep saying major street, but this is a more traveled street, right? So they could do it here, right? But as you notice on the street there, it's not marked that way. But they can move it over, you know, force us to be here. And then if cars are there, then we move out of the way, right? But whatever. Not for me to say. I don't make the rules here, so. Yeah, nice cool evening. Yeah, this is the way to go, you know. Nice cool evening, take a nice ride. Let's go forward a little bit here. We usually turn right over there. I haven't gone too far lately. Now, one of the bike paths are actually right ahead of us here. You'll see a crosswalk right in front of us. And if you go to the left on this side, here, let me show you this. That's the entrance to one of the bike paths, which we are now at 12 miles an hour on those bike paths. I don't even know if they even allow us to be on there, because they, like I said in other videos, they actually had ruling that they wanted to keep us off of it. But, you know, but it does say 12 miles an hour there. It's too slow. It's too slow for me. I've got to move a little bit. I mean, even now, where am I at? 16, 17 miles an hour. It's okay. It's okay for me. I'm not going to do it. I'm watching a squirrel there. He's trying to decide, should I keep going or not? He was hesitating. He was going backwards and everything, but he eventually went forward later. I don't think you got to see that. Squirrels always take their lives in their own hands when they cross the street. It's such a wide street for them to do it on. Chances of them making it across is pretty difficult, right? Having bugs land on my arm and stuff here. That's the problem with the evening rides, I think, sometimes. Well, let's turn here. Is that you do get mosquitoes and gnats and all sorts of stuff that come out and try to get you. So you got to be aware of that. Be diligent of it. Get them off of you when you feel it. Pedal some more here. Let's turn down here. See, there's another squirrel in front of us. I know they look really small, probably from the camera perspective, but yeah, they hop, they stop, they hop, they stop, you know. You got to watch out for these little guys. Yeah, nice night. Nice night to be out. I don't typically ride at night, as you know. But we're not going to have too much of this weather left. So I figured, well, if we're going to do an evening ride, this would probably be a good night to do it on. You know, it's not so dark, you know, where I'm only relying on the headlight only then. But no, I've done that before. I've done at least 1 or 2 videos before in the past where I've done it way late. Yeah, it's not as much fun for me. I don't, I don't have as much fun doing that. Around this time, I'm okay with that because I can still see things going on. I have the headlights and tail lights on for safety. So this X-Peak 2.0, how's this doing? This is actually a pretty nice bike too. Yeah. People have had some comments saying that, you know, you can have your foot hit the front wheel because it's kind of the geometry is really close. I've never had that happen. No, you'd have to make a major turn and pedal at the same time as you're making that turn for your foot to hit. So maybe some people have done that. I typically, when I turn, let's turn here. We're heading back to where we came from. When I turn, I typically will stop pedaling and then throttle forward. Almost ate a bug. Yeah, spitting it out. Yeah. Yep, yeah. Little gnat or something. Let's go back around. Yeah, I will typically stop pedaling for a little bit. I'll throttle into the turn. That's usually how I make my turns. I'm a combination throttle pedal guy when I'm pedaling. It's not 100% just pedal only. I find it easier to throttle through turns than it is to pedal through turns. And it gets me going again too, because I usually will slow down into the turn. It's effective use of all the equipment that you have. All right, let's head back. So see, I'm slowing down, then I'll just throttle into it. Get me started up again, then I can let go of the throttle and start pedaling again. Sometimes I throttle and pedal at the same time. Yeah, sometimes you don't know what you're doing. All right, that car is just sitting there waiting for me, so I'm just gonna go. So this is the thing, like I said, in this area, the cars are kind of used to us being around. So, and they don't want to be the guy who hits a bike rider. That's the worst thing in the world for them, right? So they usually just wait. They just wait it out. Even if they should go, they won't go. I am making a conscious effort to at least slow down on the stop signs. Now, even so, I'm still getting comments from people saying that you didn't stop, it's not a stop, you know, it's not truly a stop. Whatever. Whatever, I can't satisfy everyone. Hey, it's more than I used to, you know, be happy with that. What else is happening? Well, I was supposed to get an e-bike today via FedEx, but yeah, FedEx didn't come through. Yeah, I made a video about it on the More from Russ channel. Yeah, they never come through, man. And it's always the same excuse. Our barcode was unreadable. We have to generate a new barcode and then send it out. Well, do it right away, man. Generate the barcode and send it out. No, I gotta take an extra day. I think it's really that they just don't want to bring it out that day for whatever reason, and then they don't. Yeah, then that holds people up because people will make they'll make commitments to be there for signing the package, signing for the package, and then they don't show up. Yeah. Let's hope they show up tomorrow or something. Yeah, that is really a big frustration. Just waiting around for boxes to sign for. All right, which way are we supposed to go? Left or right? I don't know. Let's go left. Was that a good choice? No. I can see it because I see the highway in front of us. Nope, that wasn't a good choice. That's okay. It's okay. We'll just keep going. Wow. Wow, 3 motorcycles going down the highway like crazy. I don't know if you guys can see that far. The thing is that the cameras have a little more wide angle type feel to it, so you don't really see the same things I see sometimes, right? Let's pedal some more. It's just getting a little bit darker, as we can tell, right? Yeah, we'll take a right over here. That's what I should have done in the first place. It's getting a little bit darker, so the headlights are helping out a little bit more. You can see it on the ground there. Yeah, concerning bugs, I've swallowed bugs before. Not on purpose. They just kind of tend to fly into your mouth when you're talking. Yeah, I used to teach photography. We would do a night photography class out by the Adler Planetarium in Chicago. We'd shoot the skyline of Chicago. You turn the other way, it's the skyline of Chicago shot. It's the iconic shot. And so it gets late at night and there's these bugs that fly around. These are bigger bugs too. These are not little gnats, okay? I think I ate 2 or 3 of those during my time teaching. Yep, they just fly right in. What are you gonna do? You're talking and they fly right in. Just like this ride, there was a little gnat because I actually had to pick them out of my tongue. Yuck. Yeah, happens. Think Tennessee e-biker Mark, formerly Oregon e-biker Mark, mentioned recently too. He says, make sure you always have some eye protection. Yeah, that's a good point. Always have some type of eye protection because things will fly into you, right? You don't want something like that flying into your eyeballs. So yeah, I always have or I have my regular glasses on right now, but I'll usually have sunglasses on during during my regular morning rides. You don't want anything flying into you. Even then, it kind of gets around it sometimes. I mean, it's not really big sunglasses, you know. That's why people used to wear like those big motorcycle goggles when they were riding motorcycles, right? Yeah, you got to keep that stuff out. I mean, think about it. A car has a windshield. What do you got? you have nothing. You got to wear some type of eye protection. At least do that, you know. Wear a helmet too while you're at it. Yeah, get yourself a good one. Don't get a cheap one. If you're not buying something like the X Needle, get something that's similar to it at least. You know, something that's rated for some speed because we tend to go a little fast sometimes. You know, basic bicycle helmets are really just kind of basic protection. Is not really the best. You need something better than that. It's worth the money, really. After having that fall, I will always say it was worth the money. Well, okay, I did buy one. I can't really 100% say that. I was given one, okay? Given several from X Needle. But yeah, get a helmet that's decent, okay? It's worth it. Looks like these guys are setting up some type of camping thing. Probably gonna go do camping. What's the date today? This is a Wednesday. I'm riding. Setting it up in the middle of the week. I don't know. Yeah, cicadas are still out. They're going to be out for a while. We're going to hear them through all my rides. You hear more of them during the evening. But yeah, even not in the evening, you can hear them. Put my arm out here, let them know I'm turning. Yep, everyone's got their headlights on now. Hey, we got our own headlights on. We got our headlights and our tail lights on. Should this actually be angled a little bit more? Let's angle a little bit more. Maybe a little more forward. If it's too far down, they can't see it as well either. But if it's totally across and hitting them in the eyeballs, that's not going to be good. It's like putting your brights on them then. You don't want to do that. You know, some headlights blink, right? This one is not set up for blinking. This is the deluxe headlight that comes on some of the bikes now from Lectric. Seems to be doing a pretty decent job. Lady's mowing her lawn late at night. Can't you see what you're doing? Why is she cutting her grass late at night? I don't get it. So anyway, yeah, it's getting darker and darker. How late should we stay out on this ride? Yeah, we'll stay for a little bit longer. I have to say that these electric bikes actually surprised me quite a bit. Yeah, you know, as a brand, when I was first considering e-bikes, it was one that I was looking at. That would have been the original XP, electric XP bike. But I decided I wanted something larger, so I ended up buying the Rad Rover 5. And then I didn't pay too much attention to electric from that point, but Lectric started growing, you know. They took that XP, became the XP 2.0, the 3.0, then the 4.0, and now they have a whole lineup of bikes. You know, they had the Express, they had the X-Peak, the Expedition, XP Trike, XP 4.0, yeah. The Electric One, that's a nice bike right there. Electric One is really nice. It's really small. It really is. It's a really small bike, but I really like it a lot. And this one, you know, kind of reminds me of like the original bike I had, you know, the Rad Rover 5. It's a larger bike, right? It's a 26-inch by 4-inch fat tire bike. I sit up way high on this thing. I have my saddle way up there. And I changed out the saddle with a different saddle. I think I have a Velo saddle on here. I can't recall who gave that to me. But one of the other companies gave it to me. I stuck it on this bike. But I'm so far up on here, and I've got a suspension seat post on here too. So I've got a really nice ride going on. And you know, we got front suspension, I got rear suspension, bounce up and down a little bit here. There's another squirrel up ahead. What's it gonna do? You're off to the side. So yeah, I can bounce around and feel good about it. Here, I'll bounce a little bit more. You can see the headlight. Okay, enough fun and games. Yeah, ride this seriously. Pedal a little bit more. Yeah, people said, Russ, you never pedal. Oh well, you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And usually on the way home, I usually try to remember to pedal at least. A lot of times I don't want to pedal on camera because I used to get really winded. Yeah, I mean really bad. But you know, I've lost a number of pounds and it's not as bad now. So I do try to pedal and talk at the same time. Hey, look at this house. This is kind of a cool house. Look to the left here. Yeah, don't you think that's kind of a cool house? Yeah, that's different. I always like seeing the different houses. Let's turn here. Let's see what's down this road. Yeah, give you a tour of the neighborhoods around this area, huh? Yeah, bugs are hitting me in the face all over the place here. Yeah, maybe a full face shield would be necessary at night. Who knows? Well, here's the thing, you know, you got to be visible, especially at night. I've got my orange vest on, and of course it's got the reflector striping on there too. So people are going to see me if they have headlights and things, reflect off of that. And I remember even just last year when I got this this orange vest. I got it off of Temu.com. Yeah. And you know, you have to guess what size you need, because you know sometimes the clothing coming from China, I mean they're a lot smaller, right? Hey, you're Chinese, Russ. Yeah, well, hey, I was born here, okay? So I kind of look like everybody else here in the United States. I'm kind of big. So I says, okay, maybe this is the size. Is it the right size? Yeah, it turned out to be a little bit smaller than I probably should have had. But that's okay, you know, I grew into it, or I grew out of it. I lost weight, okay, and it fit better. Is that growing out of it, into it? What would you call that? I don't know. So yeah, it fits real good now. Now, if I'm wearing stuff like it says 18, yeah, it says 18 your speed, and I was doing about 18 at the time, went up to 19 just there. If I was wearing like a sweatshirt underneath, I might not be able to fit it. Then it might be a little too small. Yeah. So anyway, the orange vest fits very well now. I have done 360 videos where you can see me riding the bikes. I usually only do that during reviews, where you actually see me actually riding the bike, because it's kind of hard to do that. You got a really long selfie stick that sticks way out. Cars are coming and everything. You gotta be careful, right? So I don't do it that often. But I look at myself on that part of those videos and I go, yeah, I have lost a little bit of weight. I'm still overweight, you can see it. But man, it was worse before. It was definitely worse before. Pass up through here first. Yeah, it was worse back then, and this past about year and 3/4 now, I guess, since the diabetes diagnosis, I've made a conscious effort to try to be a little bit more healthy, although I still do my daily pizza run at Costco. I didn't do it this week. I have a colonoscopy coming up on Friday. Today's Wednesday as I'm recording this. And so by the time you see it, I would have already had the colonoscopy, okay? I'm actually ahead of you guys now. Probably about a week's worth of videos ahead of you. But I find that being ahead is actually a good thing, because sometimes you can't go out, and then you always have a backup video already ready for that day. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, I've been a little more conscious as to what I eat, although I eat lots of pizza still. But I dropped 50 pounds. I ended up gaining back 20 of it. I dropped another 5 of it. So essentially, I gained 15 pounds more after the weight loss. I'd like to see if I can drop 5 more pounds at least. Then I could say, okay, well then I only gained back 10 out of the 50. So that would be respectable. I mean, 35 is respectable. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't, but 40 sounds better. I joked that, you know, if you've ever gone through a colonoscopy, they've got to clear you all out. Maybe they'll clear out some weight too. Hey, once you go back and eat again, it's going to come back up again. So yeah, that's false weight loss that way. Go down this way. I don't think we ever came down this way. Have we ever come down this way before? I don't think so. Look, you got to turn and everything here. Yeah, see, you can see the headlights better now. I'm hoping you guys can see that. I'm assuming you can see that, at least. Yeah, the display screen on here is really nice, huh? Usually on the morning rides, it's always washed out from all the sunlight, but you can see it pretty good here. Let me angle down. Can you see that? Yeah, look at that. It's a nice color display and everything. Yeah, whenever I adjust the camera, I never know what we've got. I can't see what it's recording. The display screen's up against my chest. How am I supposed to know? I don't know. Yeah, it is different riding at night. I mean, you've got headlights and everything on from the cars. Your headlight is on. We'll take a right over here. The thing is, sometimes you want to put your arm out for a turn, but you can't. Because I'm hitting the brakes. I stick my arm out, I only have one hand to hit the brakes, and that's only the front brake. I can't just do that. It's a dilemma. This is why, you know, bikes are now trying to put on like turn signals. But we need front and back turn signals, guys. We do. A lot of the companies just give you rear turn signals. They don't give you the front ones. Guys in front don't know you're turning. You got to have something. I didn't even think about it too. Guys on the side don't know you're turning. They can't see either one. So really the hand signal is the best thing to do. But how do you do that while you're hanging on to hand brakes, right? How can you do it evenly left and right hand brakes? It's a dilemma. It's an issue. I'm kind of jumping back and forth between pedaling and throttling, as you might know. Pedaling now. Sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes you can tell. Yeah. What's our wattage showing? About 400 watts of power. So we're really conserving battery quite a bit here. Take another right here. So I throttle into the turn, then I pedal again. See, that's how I do it. Put in the comments, how do you do your turns? Do you do that? Throttle into the turn, pedal and throttle into the turn, then let go of the throttle and keep pedaling. All right, now this guy's waiting. I think he's waiting for the girls, so I guess I'm gonna go too. They're waiting for everybody. Oh, okay, here I have a question for you. Now I have a question. It really, that car starting that engine up again, okay? Here's a question for you guys, because my car doesn't do this because it's older, but I notice a lot of the new cars now will, you know, when you come to a stop, the engine will shut down, and then you have to hit the start button again. Doesn't that just wear out the starter? Is there a way to bypass that? If you buy a new car and you don't like that, can you bypass that and just say, forget it, I don't want to do that? I mean, I think they say that's supposed to save on something. I don't know what, gas? What is it supposed to save on? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Tell me, what do you think of this feature where you're turning on and off the car all the time whenever you come to a stop? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is it a hassle? Is there a way to bypass it? What's the point of it? I mean, I know it's not e-bike related, but somebody tell me, okay? I've always been wondering about that thing. I'll never know unless I'm ready to go buy another car or something like that. And I think that would be the first thing I would ask the guy. I would say, does this car do that? Because if it does, I don't want it. I think that would be such a headache. I don't want to do that on and off. Forget it, man. All right, I think we've got good for today. What do you think? Yeah. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think of this night ride. Not quite totally pitch black, but it wouldn't be as much fun pitch black, I don't think. I think you can't see anything anyway. This way you can see some, and then you can see the headlights are on. Yeah. Let me know what you think about this. All right? Hit the like and subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching the video.